Good morning to you. Today we are about to work on the user and card part. So we go user card, and let's say we're gonna create a user, so we can click on new. Um, we give the name and we have to hit enter to get to the next part. Here you can select the card type. That depends on how the system is designed. In that system right now is designed so the card type is um, the company or the department. For example, we have Cantech, we have Tyco. That's the company that user belong to. Or if it's not there, we can make a right click and new. We can create the new one. Let's say we're gonna call that tech support for that test. Okay, so we have the username and we have the card type. Also, we can add the card number, depend on the card number. Okay, and remember also what we call the information, card information. Usually these you will see information card 1, information 2 up to 10. You have 10 fields. Those fields you can customize them. For you to access and modify that, you need to double click on the name anywhere. Like here I have all. So here we have company ID, department, because we changed them before. Okay, so let's say company ID would be tech support. No, let's say Cantech tech support for the department. Agent, we can say. So if we have marca, modelo, color. Okay, so we add the information if we have them. All right. Okay, so we have that user, and remember the access level, please. Let's say all the access level. We also have miscellaneous. Miscellaneous if we want to add a end date for that user. For example, let's say that user will be for 1 month. All right, and then if I want that user to be automatically deleted after, I check that. Of course, we can add the picture, and here if we want to add a limitation of how many times that card can be used, we can add it there. No need for now. And here we can add the comment. Okay, so we're done with that card. So we have the card created. We have different other card in there. We can check. Okay, so we'll test. Let's make sure we let's say Warlon. We can add that to Cantech. Cantech, okay. All right. So we have some user there. And let's say, for example, we want to make some report. Report related to the user. The way to do, we go back to user card. We click on the printer icon. All right. And in here, card index. What will be the focus on that report? Let's say we want a report on every user who actually got a car. Okay, we select filter. We can also make other selection, but filter will be enough. And we make a selection here. Okay, and here if we want specifically first of all, we can just do preview here to see what's happening. Here we have the result, and we have those user. We have 3 user in our system who actually got a car. The one we just created, remember we added a car in there, so it's there. And we have 2 other users, they both got car in the system. Let's say we want a user who actually, all the user we have with their title. Alright, so we select title and we click preview, and in that report we'll be seeing people with title. Remember, test user, we put the title for them, they were agent. And those other user, for example, Lizano Ivan, let's take a look at the user and see. Lizano Ivan. If you click in here, this user has a title. That's why when we click on the report, it came up with in the report. So we can ask depending on what we're looking for. All right, so let's start over. We want to make report accordingly to the people we're looking for. We go to user card, we click on the printer icon. We can, if we want all the user in the system with the card number, fine, you just leave it card number. Select filter. Here, if we want the card type, you can do that depending on which user. For example, all the user with a specific type. All right, here we're gonna go with all user. Okay, if I do preview, remember we can have that in CSV also, but here we do in preview. In that system right now we have, let's see how many user, 13 user. We have 13 user in that system right now. It's everybody with the card number. Okay, now if we want to narrow that down specifically, I can say card type and say we want everybody in Kentech. Kentech as a user, we have one person that was Roland. We select in Kentech. So we can narrow down those reports. Also, if we want everybody and point selected field, we want some other information. For example, we want the cedula. We want also the department. And if we do preview, please look at that report right now. That report will give us everything, but also include the cedula and the department. So wherever here they have the cedula number and the department, we have them in the report. We have the name, the department, and the cedula, and so on. So we can here, if we look at that, that part is actually, if we want, for example, a specific user, if we know the card number, we can put the same card number. I know we have AB 1075, AB 1075. So if I do preview, here I have myself because I know my card numbers. If we have the card number of that person, we can narrow down the search by putting the same card number up and down. All right, so otherwise we leave it in 00. That means everybody. And then that part, if we want to filter, for example, card state, if we want only valid card or the card was delayed, stuff like that. So right now we leave it by default also. And here it's to know, right, is to know to if we want to have those available in the report. If we want the report to include access level, company ID, we can do that. If I add selection and car, right, modelo, If I do preview, so in here we have the report with more information because we requested more information. I have that user, company ID, department, scheduler. This guy's a Hyundai in 1992. So we have as much information than possible. All right. So this is how you can run report, and this is how, of course, you can, if you want only people who has access to a specific door, you can also select the door. If I want those 2 doors, or I want to know all the user who has access to those doors, all right, the report reduce because not everyone here got access everywhere. So those, we only have 3 users who has access to those 2 doors, and so on. I hope this video will help you to understand, and of course this part is to run report on the user part. But if you want to run report like in access report to know who has access in here, you have, for example, access event. If you want to know specifically where a specific user they had access to, you can come here. All right, and we have AB 01075. That's a card number that we know. That user was just created, so pretty sure if we want the report, there won't be much. Waiting for the report to come up. Otherwise, we can go and look for it in this page, in this location. I mean, you see here I have nothing because that user I just created that earlier. So that's also a different example. Or I can do the report for everybody. Okay, everybody. So also remember, you can have the report in CSV, you can have it in different format, even in PDF. So I can click execute. It will give me everyone, not specifically somebody. And we have all the card with where they went to and stuff like that. So we are waiting to see the result, and since I asked it in PDF, it's coming empty because the report was for today, and today nobody accessed my system. I was not even connected. But if I go, let's say the beginning of the month, I want the same report, I'm sure that won't be coming blank anymore. And of course, in the event message, you can see, well, all right. So here we have some result. I have the report. Okay, so we do have report with the user and card information and so on. All right, so remember, any moment in the software, if you need help, you just click on help. That will bring you to the part with the documentation needed to know how to run your report, like quick report, how to define report, what type of report, and so on. Everything you can find that. And also, if it's not enough, the documentation is included in the software. All right, you go look for EntraPass, depending on what EntraPass you have. In here, EntraPass Corporate documentation, you have the reference manual and the user manual. So you have them there, and you can just click on one of them, right, and look for report. That will show you the step-by-step and all the report, like custom report, how to set up the report, and so on. Okay, and you also have, remember, the reference manual. If we'll take a look at it also, included. This got more information than the other one. Report. All right, so you have print a list of report, you have how to define report, and so on. Okay, so you can look. Let's go at page 240 something. So you have all the documentation that you need included in the software, and also the help is there for you anytime, so you can look and find your answers. All right, I hope this video will help, and have a wonderful